right. What's going on, family? It is your boy, JT, Jonathan Tarver, the Corporatepreneur, and you are now listening to the Corporatepreneur Podcast. And y'all, we got a very, very special guest here today. We got a giant, okay? We got, man, nothing but giants on the show. We got another giant coming in here today. I don't even know if I can do this introduction any justice. He goes by the name of Grizzly the God. And just a couple quick things, man, I'm gonna let him finish it up. But we got Purpose Finder, right? We got Business Builder. We got Digital Business Developer, right? And then also this guy, he's one half of the Surviving Vegan franchise, y'all. So without further ado, let's give a warm welcome to Grizzly the God.
Yo, what's good, family? How y'all feeling, man? I'm always humbled to be on somebody's stage, man. I truly appreciate being invited here. You know, anytime I get a chance to spread the word of greatness, I'm there. I'm there. So again, I appreciate it, man. And yeah, I go by Grizzly the God, and some people ask me, why you call yourself the God? Because I live like a God. I believe that I am a God within inside myself. I am an extension of the God, the true God. So why not embody that? Why not speak that? And every time you speak my name, that's what comes out, that God body. I feel like we got to live God body. We've been living too, down, man. We picking ourselves up now. So
absolutely,
that's how I like to feel, So when I speak my name, that's what all I get, Grizzly the God.
Absolutely.
So that's who I am, man. And yeah, man, what's good? What we getting into today, man?
Man, so we getting into a lot today, man. We getting into a lot today. So I really wanted, man, this episode, I want to touch on the digital products, man, right? And I say that because one of the things that I noticed throughout the past last year, right? Dealing with the pandemic, being in the financial service industry, meeting with a lot of folks, and even just, seeing things on social media, a lot of people are out here hurting and they're struggling. They're trying to figure out how to make things work for themselves financially, whether it's in the realms of entrepreneurship. And I feel like what better way than to highlight what a digital product can do for an everyday person, right? What a digital product can do, for everyday person, how it could change their life, how it could impact their life, right? And essentially be a way out, right? So they don't have to resort to susu boards and, investing money in the bogus stocks they don't know nothing about and they losing money. You know what I'm saying? There's all these different scams and things out here that people can get involved in. But just to provide them with a legitimate way, man, to level up and to make some money. So, but before we go into that, man, right? I got Grizzly the God here. So give us a little background, man. Give me a little bit of backstory about how you came to be, you know what I'm saying? Like Grizzly the God. Just the backstory to where you are today.
Man, that's a long story, so I'm gonna try to, condense it, man, as much as possible. I'm from born and raised in Miami, Florida, more specific, Opelika, that's one of the hoods out of South Florida, man. And man, I grew up there, man, as a youngin'. I'm the oldest of four boys. I currently have 4 children right now. I got one on the way. And man, I've been through it all, man. I've been through it all.
Okay.
I've been through it all, man. Just to start, man, I'm a product of an environment where, my father was gone. He was in prison, incarcerated for 8 years before I actually met him. I'm a product of a mother who worked a 9 to 5 for years, late hours, but always kept food on the table.
Yeah.
I'm a product of a grandfather who was an alcoholic, that didn't know how to really show his love, but he did love you, but he was a tough love, I'm a product of the streets.
Yeah.
I'm a product of the streets, we get caught up. I got caught up out there, from the age of 19 all the way to the age of 27, even to a little bit right now, man. I was dealing with it going in and out of jail. I've been incarcerated most of the time. Just came home from the federal penitentiary about 3 years ago. I'm currently on probation right now. Yeah, these it's a real story. It's real life.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
live real life every day. And it ain't been an easy journey, but I made it here today. I made it. I made it here, and I've been such an impact that I was humbled to be put on this show today, put on this stage today. I have a beautiful wife. I've been in my corner for about 14 years. Go by the name of Arisha Oshun. Like the brother said, that's my co-CEO of all my business, not even just one.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Everything together.
Get the credit. Yeah.
And I have four beautiful children, names Brayla, Braden, Charm, and Prince. And I got another young one coming out. I don't know what he or she is, but hey, I can't wait. And I'm a business owner.
Yeah.
I'm a business owner. That's what I am. I don't go by the standards of, I just own this business, I own that business. No, I'm just a business owner. Business owners own businesses. Absolutely. That's what I want. That's what I'm labeled as. That's what I want to be labeled as. And I'm constantly, just gaining the knowledge to continue to be successful in this life, man, because it's a journey. It is a journey that is not easy, but you got to do it. Absolutely. And you got to live it.
Absolutely.
So that's a little bit. Just a little bit.
Good, bro. And two things, man. So one, and that's like, I appreciate your story, man. And just your journey, your progress, your growth, your development, man, just over the past few. I mean, yeah, like I met you at the end of last year. Oh, so let me tell you about this. So let me tell you how, man, we met and we connected in the first place, man. Hey, him and his wife, okay, Arisha Oshun, the Surviving Vegan Family, they showed so much love to us. Met them in a clubhouse room. They were doing a giveaway for a vegan transformation retreat. I ended up winning the retreat, right? Mm-hmm. They flew me and my family out. Right. So me, Chanel, my two kids, right, picked us up from the airport, all of that, had car seats in the car, and just showed us nothing but love over a weekend, right? Working with us on our businesses, our relationship, our nutrition and food, right? Understanding about how to pair certain foods and just the importance of veganism, right? And just making some of that part of that life change. And not even that, but just relationship dynamics and even understanding different things within my children, right? I was a whooper, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm the spare the rod, spoil the child, all of that, right? But even in that short amount of time, caused me to think differently about how I engage with my children, right? And giving them a bunch of sugar and stuff, man, it's basically a drug and they high. I'm wondering why they ain't acting right. They high off the sugar, right? So I know I'm saying a lot in this moment, but man, I appreciate y'all. I wanted to give you y'all flowers here, man, just for what you guys have done for us, the love that you guys have shown us being complete strangers, man, letting us in and just showing support, just helping us. It kind of messed us up because we're not used to people treating us like that, right? And I'm talking blood family that I grew up with who don't even extend or show that type of love. And, and then not only that, man, so we came from Chicago to Miami, like, Arisha drove us to the zoo like an hour away. You know what I'm saying? It was my daughter's birthday. They had balloons. Oh, your mom is like super dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, the meals. So, but anyway, let me stay focused. But I just want to say, I appreciate y'all and the love that you guys have shown, us and just that impact, man. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that we definitely gonna hold with us and pass on and share with other people as well.
Hey,
but
listen, when you believe in yourself as a world changer, you got to do world changing things.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So us extending that invitation and being who we were was showing that, we are world changers. We are changing the narrative of what, the stigma is in our Black communities. At the end of the day, same thing you battle with your family, I battle with.
Absolutely.
The same issues that you go with in your household, I go through in my household. It ain't nothing different, but when we come together and speak about those things and we're able to release it and talk about it and, not hold back and actually get the perspectives of each other and be open to hearing new perspectives, things start to change. So, when people look at me, I'm not an influence, I'm a world changer.
I like that. So
you
like that? Yeah, man. I'm not an influencer. I'm a world changer. That might be a quote card, man.
Love it.
But so moving on, man. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the digital product space, right? So now, and I guess we can kind of build up to it a little bit. So, how did you come across the digital product space? What is it that's led you into that space? How did you know that was something that that you could be successful in, that you could make money in? Like what was that process like?
Oh man, at first I didn't know what a digital product was. I didn't even know what a digital space was.
Okay.
Didn't have no clue. I knew that I wanted to be a business owner. I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur first. Let me say that. I want to be an entrepreneur first, and it's different. Entrepreneur versus business owner.
Absolutely.
And we was on hard times. I'll be keeping it real. We was on hard times. We didn't know what to do, how to do it, and we were just trying to figure it out. I had went away to prison. My wife was here with 3 kids, just had a brand new baby, and we didn't have nothing. Sleeping on mama in the back of my mom's house. Man, just going through all the motions really. And when I went away, my wife was like, "Hey, man, we got to figure something out. We can't go back through this no more." And for me, I'm in a position, in my mind, I'm like, yo, I have to be an asset. I'm tired of being a liability, right? And I'm giving y'all this because I always have to let you know that it's a build up to the success aspect.
Absolutely.
It ain't just, oh, you wake up tomorrow and it's successful. It ain't just you wake up tomorrow and you got millions of dollars. And if you get lucky like that, hey, blessings to you. But that ain't the normal way of going, So I give this back end just so you can see the build up to where I'm going to take you at. So I went through that process, spent about 18 months in the federal penitentiary. As I'm in now, I'm building my mindset to be this entrepreneur. I'm learning different things, learning taxes, learning law. I'm learning about trucking. I'm learning just anything that would get me out of the position that I was in, right? And as I'm doing that, my wife is doing the same thing, and even outside with the children, she's building, she's trying to figure it out. So one day, we've been vegan. That's our company, Surviving Vegan. We've been vegan for going on 7 years now, and she ended up reaching out to me, or I reached out to her, and she was like, "Hey, I think man, something just happened." And what she ended up doing was posting something on Instagram in regards to veganism, and it went viral, right? It went viral, and at that point, she her mind clicked. She was like, "Man, let me see if I can make some money from this." And she created this group on Facebook. Okay. When she created this group on Facebook, she was basically a coach, for the small group, or actually a big group. And she sold this group for $11. It was no physical product, no anything. It was just, she sold the group, the access to the group, the access to what she was getting ready to pour into them, right, for $11. And she got a big turnaround. A lot of people showed up, and it grew our brand, right? Now, mind you, I'm not telling you, I haven't said anything about digital products yet, because we don't even know what digital products are at this point.
Right.
We just going, we just running it, right? And again, I'm still in prison, but me and her are building together ideas on the journey. So fast forward, I come home, and when I get home, I'm like, "Yo, what's going on? What's this thing you doing? What are we getting into?" And I'm like, I don't get it, but I got you. I've been learning taxes. I've been learning this, so I know you're missing something. You missing systems. You missing how to put this thing in a structure, right? And that's who I am. I'm a structure guy. I'm a systems man. Everything got to run smoothly for you to be able to scale it. So I'm telling her this, we getting our back end right. And again, we still don't get it. We are probably a year and a half in to the business model. We built our business up, or it started in 2017. By the time I got home, it was like late 2018 from the prison. And I realized when I got there, I'm giving her these systems, and we created a cookbook. But this cookbook was an ebook.
Okay.
It's an ebook. And if you know what an ebook is, it's all an ebook is something that's on the internet. Right. That's it. It's just something on the internet. Right. But again, I'm not telling you about this because we didn't even realize we was in the digital space.
Right.
It wasn't until, fast forward a little further, maybe until 2019, when it hit me. I started reading and studying, and I started coming across this term, digital products. So now I'm realizing that it's a definition behind the thing that I'm doing. Yeah. And that definition is anything, this is my definition, anything that you're that literally that's not tangible or
Okay.
doesn't have a physical body is considered digital. Your money is digital. Music is digital. Art can be digital. Stocks are digital. Everything is digital. So we were in the space of selling digital ebooks at that time. And then we moved and evolved into digital courses. The thing about digital in our space is our digital is all intellectual property. Intellectual property. What is intellectual property? Intellectual property is the knowledge that you hold inside of your mind.
Absolutely.
The things that you have obtained mentally that you can say, hey, I know this and this is mine, and you can't really take this away from me because it's here. Like you can't take my mind. You can't take my mind. You can't put a value in my mind. This is me, you know. So we were obtaining all this information in the space of veganism, in the space of health, the holistic health, you know, and we were regurgitating it. Gotcha. We were learning it and we was putting it back out. You know, we studied it. Well, I'm gonna say the wife studied. That's her thing. Like I was a student. I was a student to the game. Even though I introduced it to the goddess, I literally introduced it to her, right. But she just took it to the next level. You know how the goddesses do.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And you know, she gained all this knowledge, and she had this pool of information that she was able to start pouring back out. And all we had to do was format it. So when you got things in your mind, it's cool to be in your mind. It's your intellectual property. But how do you get that out? How do you sell this? How do you put this in front of somebody? Usually it's a form of an ebook or a course. And that's what we did. And at that point, we realized, we got a digital product on our hand.
Gotcha.
And now, fast forward, look where we at right now, multimillionaires just from digital products.
Yeah. Multimillionaires just from digital products, right? And so let me just recap a bit, right? So you mentioned you kind of on hard times, right? You in prison, the queen is out trying to figure some things out. And then she says, yo, man, I think I found something. I might have struck gold. I was messing around with some vegan stuff. I started a group, $11, but this thing is rolling. I made a post. I went viral, right? So you had that happen. And then from that group, right, things started to grow a little bit. You got out, you helped, you implemented some systems. And basically what you guys did, you took knowledge and you formatted it into this digital space. And here we are, right? So now this is my next question. So if I'm listening to this, right, my first time, I'm like, okay, so I get the idea. I know what a digital product is now, right? It could be an actual ebook. It could be a course or program, something like that, right? But how do I know what I have like is valuable, right? How do I know if somebody's going to buy, like this knowledge that I have in my head, right? You talked about having knowledge up here and then getting it out, right? So what are some ways of this question is twofold, right? What are some ways that I can help get this knowledge out and put it into something, right? And then also not only that, how do I know if the knowledge or whatever I have is even valuable, that I can even sell it, that I can market it, right? Like, what is that process like?
Okay, good question. First thing I'm gonna tell you for the viewers is that anything that you have is valuable. You just have to find the right market to make it valuable or to offer it to, so it can show the value, right? A lot of people don't understand that. That your market is what gives anything the value. Just think about them headphones you got on right now.
Right.
Those headphones are priceless if you don't buy them. If you don't say, I like these headphones. If I don't love these headphones, whatever you like about them headphones is what you like, right? But you give it the value.
Gotcha.
So you actually give it that value, right? You're the consumer. Obviously the person in their mind, you have this concept of what's the market value, who are my competitors, you want to stay within this range, and that does determine how much certain things are, right? Mm-hmm. But it doesn't determine if it's truly valuable or not. That consumer going to tell you if it's valuable. So, with that being said, you have value, number one. But going back to the first question, getting that stuff out your mind, figuring out what it is that you want to understand, what you want to give to the people, it can be anything, bro. It can be a person. I always use this analogy because it's so simple to me, because it's dear to my heart. I am a person that, as I was growing up in Opelika, Florida, South Florida, my mom didn't play by cleaning up the house.
Yeah.
I got to clean up, but before she get home from work, I got to clean, right? I've been cleaning for a long time. I'm 31 right now. I know how to clean.
Right.
Nobody can't take that from me.
Right.
So if I wanted to literally format cleaning a house or teaching somebody how to clean a house, because I know it's somebody out there who wants to be a Airbnb home cleaner or whatever it may be. You might want to clean big houses. You might just don't know how to do it. You might not know the techniques to clean a sink properly, right? I'm using something very, very basic.
Yeah.
That people are like, what? I can sell how to clean the house? Yes. Yes. Who can you sell this to, right? You might sell this to housemaids. You might sell this to stay-at-home moms. You might sell this to nannies. You might sell it to people who actually are in that space that have to do these type of things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm telling you this because you have to still find your market. Who believes that that product or that information is valuable to them, to their life, and to what they have going on. A lot of people don't want to do that work though. You know, a lot of people just want to have I got a digital product and I'm going to drop it and anybody going to buy it. No, that's not the way you do digital product. You need to understand who you are targeting, who is your customer, who is your consumer, what do they need, why do they need your product? Right. You know, once you figure that out, it makes it so much easier. But you do have to start off believing that, this is something. You know, a lot of people don't believe in the value that they have inside of themselves already. You know, and if you are one of those individuals that don't believe that you have anything to offer, right? You just don't have nothing. I know you got something to offer, but whether you just say, I don't got nothing to offer, man, I ain't learned nothing. You 50 years old, but you saying you ain't got nothing in your mind. You done been through life, man. You got something, right? If you 18, if you 25, you got something that you're good at. You got something that you done achieved. But if you that want to say, man, I don't got nothing, okay. Now the goal is to figure out how to get the knowledge to be able to create this ebook, create this course, create this digital product, obtain some knowledge. Because if you ain't got no knowledge, if you truly don't have no knowledge, then you have nothing to offer anybody. You don't. You know, so I always tell people, man, I'm a student, right? I'm always a constant student. I'm always learning something new. So I'm going to always have knowledge, and I'm going to always be able to create digital products in business, in veganism, and in any other field that I decide to go into. You know, so that's what that looked like.
Gotcha. Awesome. And so you said a lot there, man. I think one of the biggest take was like I feel like there's two buckets of people, right? Either you realize the knowledge that you have, or you need to put yourself in position to get some knowledge so that way you can create a digital product. And I think too, really quick, man, this is a quick pub. So right now, okay, somewhere along this podcast video, you are listening to the Corporatepreneur Podcast, and I'm also promoting the DIY Credit Playbook, which is a digital product. So if you listen to this podcast right now and you're trying to figure out how to leverage your credit, right? You're trying to get your first home, you're trying to get your first car, you got negative items on your report, and you're tired of credit holding you back, go ahead and click the link somewhere attached to this video and grab a copy of the DIY Credit Playbook. Boom. All right, so had to drop that in there
right now. Go grab that thing right
now. Grab it right now. So basically those two buckets of people, right? So either have the knowledge or you got to put yourself in position to get the knowledge, right? So now I got the knowledge. Okay, I know what a digital product is. I want to do an ebook. Now I want to find those people that you talked about, right? Who feel, right, or believe that this information that I have is valuable, right? They're the ones that are going to purchase this. They're going to buy it. Now, how do I go about, doing that? Like, what does that look like, right? I know when some people talk about market research and stuff like that. How do I do market research to figure out, this knowledge or whatever that I want to share with people that is valuable to them, that I can connect with them?
Listen, off rip, I'm gonna have to drop my bar too. Listen, man, you need consultations. If you need a strategy built just for you, you need to hit the link in my bio on my social media platform at Grizzy the God. Again, at Grizzy the God, GRIZZYTHA the God, GOD, GRIZZYTHA GOD. Hit that link and get your consultation. I got a 3-tier program, man, and I guarantee once you get done with those consultations, you're gonna be off to the money, running the ball, running the play. You hear me? But to answer the question, yes, you do have to do your market research. How do you do market research? Number one, you have to understand your audience, right? And the only way you're going to truly understand your audience is actually start in this space and time right now. You have to either get in the rooms with the people that you want to figure out what they need, and you know, offer your product to, or you're going to use your social media and leverage your social media platforms to do the work for you. You know, the social media platforms, I personally believe that is where you can expand your wings even further and faster. But I'm a firm believer in networking. I'm a firm believer in being in the room with the individuals up close in person, right? You know, but you know, people, we in the day and age of computers and technology and social media. So, you know, we always behind our screen. So I would tell you to you leverage your social media, number one, to be able to start, you know, putting out content. Do not sleep on content. Content is key to success. Content is key to success. Oh, yeah.
Good.
Content is key to success. And at the end of the day, if you don't understand, for number one, what content is, because you be on everybody on social media, but don't realize, or they might hit a turn, oh yeah, it's content, but do you understand what content really doing? Content is the new TV. Content is the new billboards. Content is the new commercials. Like, this is the reality that we're in. So when you're producing content, you have to get the people intrigued about anything that you're selling. Like brother, you got the DUI credit book, right? Okay, cool. For you to sell that credit, you have to start marketing yourself and promoting yourself as a credit, you know, teacher. You know, telling people, yo, I'm the credit guy that you're supposed to come to. And how do you do that? Through content. That's how you do it. Through content. Start talking about it more. Start posting it more. And it gets even there. You know, I'm gonna tell you, me and my team are content gurus.
Yeah, hey.
You know, so it gets a little more technical, and that's a whole nother call to break down what content is, right? But you got to get an understanding of what content. And I'm gonna drop a book for you, and I love this book, man. It's a book by Joe Palazzi. It's called Content Inc. Content Inc. You know, I'm gonna give you something that's dear to me right now. And one of my guys on my team, one of my main lead videographers, Shane, he brought that to me and was like, yo, I think you need to listen to this. He actually thought I was already reading it and listening. He said, yo, y'all doing everything that's right in this book already.
Yeah.
You know, when I got a hold of it and just saw how much it opened me up and showed that and confirmed that everything that we've been learning in regards to content is like fantastic. But listen, once you get the content aspect down, right?
Yeah.
Once you get the content down and you start putting out content, you have to start now polling your audience. Gotcha. Anybody has ever did a survey, you know, you might have bought something, or you get it on your receipts when you buy something at the store, or you get it in your emails, you know, or at the end of your Lyft ride, you know, your Uber ride, they ask you, hey, how did this go? Put the stars. Those are all ways of figuring out who you are and what you like. Those are surveys. Some are verbal, some are just the stars to say the level ups, you know, what really happened. They ask you these questions, or, you know, and you have to answer them, or you should answer them. You know, some people bypass them too, but the ones who do answer it, that information is considered the data, and your company needs data. So when you talk about how do I know who and how I'm marketing to these people, and if they're going to even be intrigued by what I'm offering, do the polling.
Gotcha.
90% of people will not do the polling and believe that they got the greatest product in the world, whether it's an ebook, whether it's a physical product, right? But we're gonna stick to the digital. The ebook, people create digital products and feel like they got the best product. Right. They feel like, oh, this is the all and be all.
Right.
No, it's not. Because you think you know an audience that you don't know yet. You think you know what they need, but you don't know yet. Because you haven't even asked them. You stuck up here. Now, I'm not saying that your knowledge is not valuable. That was the beginning aspect. But as you continue, that's to get you off the ground. That's to get your wings fluttering, right?
Right.
Like, okay, I got the knowledge. I'm gonna put it in the ebook. You know, I'm gonna do this. Cool, you do that. But once you start doing that, you got to figure out, is this the right? They're gonna tell you. Because then you'll get in the spot where people might not even buy it, right? You'll be like, damn, man, I put this ebook together and it's not even selling. Why is it not selling?
Right.
You know, why it's not selling? Because number one, you're not talking to your audience. You're not speaking their language. You're not speaking their language. You're not speaking directly to them. And you truly don't understand what they want. Now your product is on shelf. You did that. You hit a milestone. But now you got to take it to the next level.
Right.
Now you got to start analyzing your data. You got to start asking these questions. Because once you gain, have anybody ever heard of data mining? This is what data mining is. They're grabbing your data and they're using your data, quote unquote, against you. That's what people say. But see, we in this phase in the life of integrity. So when we grab data, we use it to empower.
Absolutely.
Not to tear down. We don't use it to manipulate. We use it to uplift and empower the people. You know, so that's just a bar I'm dropping right now, because I'm telling you this, and you need to, when you go and start doing this, you need to have that concept, not the negative aspect of data mining and pulling people's information. No, you got to get these questions answered, you know, so that you can ultimately serve them properly, because your ebook, your course, your product is serving them. That's what the goal is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you making money from it, but you're serving the people to make the money. So you have to make sure that service or that product or whatever it may be is built for them. You know, so that's how you start, you know, really getting that information. And that was a lot, y'all. So
yeah,
make sure y'all watch this thing slow, rewind it a few times, and execute on each step I just told you.
Absolutely. And just to recap, man, I want to make sure I got some of this down here. So I asked the question of how do you do market research? Okay. And so what we have is, one, you talked about getting in front of the people, right? So that's via either social media, utilizing your platform, or just getting into the room, right? Networking events, different communities. This could be Facebook groups, right? You got a wide variety of ways to try to get into the room. Then we've talked a little bit about content, right? And your content is so important, right? In this day and age that we in right now, we done had to shut down the pandemic. Like, I mean, everybody's on their phone. Like, if you got an iPhone right now, every Sunday you get a report of how much time you spent on your phone, how much screen time you had, right? The different apps and stuff you use. We all on the phone, right? You might as well be on there making some content, so that way you can make you some money around these digital products. All right. And then we talked about marketing yourself appropriately, right? So whether you are that cleaning person, whatever that knowledge is, for me, it was the credit playbook, right? So marketing yourself as such, right? Just sharing some information about that niche, that field, and what you can provide with that product. And then also we got the book Content Inc., right? Joe Palazzi. Want to make sure I put that in there. Make sure y'all go grab that book as well. And then we have polling your audience, right? So you can do this on your Instagram story, your Facebook story, whatever, right? Throw up a poll, ask a couple questions. It's something that I'm actually working on right now. So if you're watching this and you see me asking you questions, hey, I'm putting this stuff into action myself, right? So go ahead and respond. Just drop me a little dime or something, see what you want to see from me, help your boy out, right? Yeah. And then because you do need data, right? You got to analyze the data, right? You're not doing nothing crazy with it. You just want to make sure you are serving your audience with this data. And that should be the overall focus and goal of your product, right? Is to serve your audience. All right. So now, did I recap that right, man? Am I missing something? Or?
You recapped that very well. And I missed something myself. When it comes down to, you know, as well as building this digital product or being in your niche, because first off, your niche comes first before you build the product. Your niche. What is a niche? A niche is, what arena are you playing in? Are you playing in the credit arena? Are you playing in the tax arena, taxes? Are you playing in the law arena? What arena are you playing in? You know, you playing in the vegan industry or the vegan arena. That's what niche I'm in. You know what I'm saying? And from that niche, you got to niche down even more. What are they really coming to you for in the credit space? You have to figure that out. Because again, when they go back to marketing yourself, you want to market yourself properly. And you also want to stand out amongst out of all of them. Now, I do not believe in competition, right? Because I elevate on a whole nother level. I don't have the time to believe in competition, but I do understand that I have to stand out. I have to, my niche, what I'm offering has to be something that's just like, oh my God, it's different, right? You should always want to stand out amongst the crowd. So those are things I did not add in, but yes, you summed it up very well. just add that and tweak that in there a little bit.
Gotcha. All right, throw that in there as well. Okay. So, all right, we talked a little bit about the beginning stages of the digital product. So, what is an actual digital product? It could be the ebook, the courses, the programs, basically any type of educational piece, video, or literature that you can access online, right? Digitally, right? So we got that piece of it. We talked about how to get your knowledge out there on the paper, getting those thoughts and those ideas out there. Either you got the knowledge, you think about different experiences that you had, right? Or you actually pay to get you pay to get the knowledge, right? Or you find a way to get that knowledge so that way you can create this product. And then we talked about, okay, how do you know if your idea is good, if people value this knowledge? We talked about doing the market research and what that looks like, right? Getting that thing up and going. So now I guess my question is, all right, so we've got through these steps and now we are ready to launch. Now, how do we ensure that we are, I guess, making money off this thing, right? That this thing is profitable, is rocking and rolling. That's one thing. And then two, this is the next question, man. What's one of the best days that you had in terms of sales, right? With a digital product?
Oh man. I tell that I answer that
Okay.
last question. The best day we've had in sales and digital products was we did. Man, hold on. Let me think, because we didn't have a day now. That's the hard part of the day. Let me do a month.
Okay,
do a month
Let's
because
do a
we have
month.
fluctuating days, right? But I don't know which one has been the best. We have some great days.
Okay.
But in a month, we gotten over 100,000 in a month. Made over 100,000 in a month.
Okay.
Off digital product.
So $100,000 in 1 month off of digital products. Okay. Now somebody's probably like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna ask you this other question. I don't know if you're ready for this one. Now, what are the price points? Okay. So what are the price points for that 100,000?
I got you.
Okay.
The price points were between $99. $99 was the price point for per ebook. Per digital product. Now, listen, man, that's one. I'm gonna tell you another story where we generated over $500,000 in 2 months, and maybe a month and a half off of digital products. That price point was 500. That price was 500 for a digital product.
So, so wait a minute. So let me go back. Yeah. So let's rewind this. Okay. So y'all have made 6 figures in 1 month off a product that costs $99, which is roughly 1,000 copies or whatever, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then another month, you did over $500,000, okay, with a $500 product.
Yeah.
Man, and y'all up here climbing on crates, but ain't nobody trying to.
Oh, hold up!
Hold
up, now. You over here climbing on crates?
Ain't nobody trying to hear me though. But man,
I'm climbing the number chart. You right here climbing on crates.
Yeah, man, that's powerful, and I appreciate you, being transparent and sharing that, because I really do. And also, so another thing, right? This is fairly passive, right? You create this once.
Yeah, actually, yes. This is fairly passive. The book is not that. Once you got the knowledge and man, listen, our first ebook that sold over 30,000 copies was created on a Google Sheets. Okay. Y'all know what Google Sheets is, literally a document, and we turned it into a PDF and we sold it. It sold over 30,000 times. And that's a number that I had before. It's probably way over that, and it wasn't hard work to create it. I mean, yeah, it's time, but that was one time that you had to create that one book, and it continues to sell on the internet without me having to ship anything, without it being physical or tangible. Now, the work comes in when you have to market. You have to continue to create your content because you have to stay in front of your consumer. Your consumer has to know you have that product. You know, it's still, that part does not never go anywhere. You know, that's in any business. But you did ask another question. What was that first question you asked?
Oh, you know what? I guess I asked it, but now thinking about it, I guess you kind of answered it already about just how do you know if it'll do well? But if you do the market research, you already know your people are already there. So right, I guess I kind of answered.
So I'm gonna add to that, right?
Are you gonna add? Okay.
So do you know it's gonna do well, right? You know, yeah, you got to do your market research, because sometimes once you do your market research, you'll know if you got a good product, right?
Mhm.
But that also doesn't mean that your product is going to sell off the shelf, like the product that I just told you sold off the shelf. You have to realize my story and what I'm telling you right now, and the numbers we hit right now, that didn't start happening until 3 years down the line.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
That's the part I don't want people to miss.
Yeah.
Because people think that now I'm not telling you that you can't generate $100,000 within 2 to 3 months, or 4 months, or 5 months, or 6 months. I'm not saying that. But when we started, we weren't educated enough in the space to do what we do today. We didn't have mentors. We didn't have people teaching us. We weren't even truly out there actually getting the knowledge to continue to further our knowledge. Now today, I have so many mentors and networking partners that, we build with each other every day. And if I need information, if I need a new, say my sales drop and I just need a new, way of getting it, man, I make a call and make $20,000 in an hour based off just a one call. This has happened multiple times, right? And that's why I'm using it. But I didn't get to that point at the beginning. My first 100,000 didn't come until last year, 2020. I've been in business. We've been in business since 2017 when my wife started it.
Gotcha.
And even when we started the business in 2017, we didn't really start really putting things into play until 2018, mid 2018.
Gotcha.
So just look at that timeline. Yeah. Made our first $100,000 in a month in 2020. We don't make nothing less than that now. 2020, I want to say maybe March, whenever the pandemic hit.
Okay.
It ain't go down since. So while people talk about it's a pandemic, we over here making money. We ain't stocking. And I know so many, and that's not just because of the field I'm in, but because we know strategies. We educate ourselves. We put ourselves properly, because I know plenty of people right now that's not in the health space that are making. Some people, I know a person who makes $1 million a day. Literally made $1 million in a day. I know a person who makes $1 million consistently monthly. In different arenas now. It ain't the same arena as mine, but it's different arenas.
Right.
But they are in digital product sales.
Yeah.
They are selling intellectual property. Yeah. So So it take time, y'all. It definitely take time. You got to get around the room. It can happen in 6 months. It definitely can happen. You can start making fit. I got to give another one.
Go for it.
One of my good friends, Princess Dior.
I saw the post, bro. I was like, you know what? Hey, I was like, man, okay, we got to talk like sidebar. I still need some help. But go ahead, tell the story, man. Yeah, go ahead.
She got fired from her job, and this was this year. She got fired from her job early at the beginning of the year. Maybe I want to say maybe February, March, or maybe a little bit later than that. And she has already been around high-level entrepreneurs. She's been getting herself right, but she was scared to take that leap. And we always pour into each other. We always at the right. We are. And she the job fired her, and she only knew, she was like, I'm not going back to work. And she called me. She called me consecutively and was just asking me game about how to do digital products. And I gave her execution steps. Why I tell you, she made $50K in the first month for being unemployed. Maybe, I don't know how long she was unemployed from her job. I think it had to probably be no more than a month and a half. She made her first $50K. Yeah. $50K. I think it started at 30 and it moved up. A couple of days later, she was at $50K. Yeah. Now that's what she do monthly. You know what I'm saying? So it can happen fast with the right teaching. With the right teaching and the right execution, you could be at $100,000 faster than I was at $100,000. You hear me? Now I'm working on making I'm working on. Hold on. I'm sorry about that.
Sorry.
Now I'm on the way. That's my daughter calling me, y'all. I
Popular.
apologize,
Yeah, he
y'all.
popular.
Yo, my
Go
daughter.
ahead. Hey, we got time for family. Go ahead if you need to real quick, man.
Yo. She called my FaceTime. We got my phone connected.
Yeah.
We good. Let me see what baby girl need.
Yeah, go ahead. Yep. I'll
This is real life.
Absolutely.
Hey baby, how you doing? Yeah, I'm on a live. You okay? Oh, I hit. Okay, let me finish the live, and I'm gonna call you back with mommy on the phone. Okay. Babies.
Yeah, I already know. Yeah, my daughter, yeah, she popped down here for a second. Yeah, I already know.
Listen, so she, like I say, back to that testimony, man, she made 50K based off the strategies I gave her and the other strategies she got from the rest of the team, right? So if you put yourself in the right position around the right information, you can execute better, long as you execute. I can't put 50,000 in your pocket. Right. You got to put 50,000 in your own pocket. I'm gonna give you the information though.
Absolutely. And I was just gonna ask that, man. So y'all listen, right? You heard a testimonial from the students. I think it's on his page right now, right? So I don't know, by the time you guys see this, go ahead, head over to Grizzly the God's page, and you'll look at the results, the testimonials, not only just from students, but from himself, his brands. Like he do it in real life, right? Like he do it in real life. My goal, my purpose was to have giants on the show. And we got one here right now. Grizzly the God, you are now listening to the Corporatepreneur Podcast with your host, JT, and my very special guest, Grizzly the God. All right. So, all right, man. So we talked about a lot, man, right? So we talked about building out the digital product, all the steps to get it going. We talked about some of the biggest days that you had. We even talked about some of the success of your students, right? And you touched on it a little bit, right? So what are some of the challenges, right, or other mistakes that people could potentially run into, right, that they should be on the lookout for when they're throwing their hat in the ring as it pertains to digital products?
Mistakes, man. It ain't too many mistakes when it comes down to digital products.
Okay.
It ain't. It's the biggest obstacle is you getting over yourself, believing that you can actually achieve this thing. Now, if you ask if that question was switched around when it comes down to what's the biggest mistakes in business ownership, that's another question.
Gotcha.
When it comes down to the digital product space and getting into that space, it's crisp.
Gotcha.
You might have a little errors when it comes down to clerical things or writing and as you typing and stuff, proofreading your stuff, but that's small things. The digital products are gonna sell. As long as you do the preliminary work that I told you got to do. Now in business, yeah, you're gonna always have mistakes. You're gonna always have to get over some hurdles, right? I could go down the whole list of those, man. I ain't gonna lie. That's a whole. I don't know if you want the business.
We'll say, we're gonna have you come back, bro.
I really want to come back and give a perspective of just business ownership outside of the digital products. I know we here for the digital, so I don't want to saturate your minds too much, because I've been a product of getting too much information and overloading the brain, y'all. So I never want to do that to people, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So I got two more questions for you, man, and then we can wind down and wrap this up. So somebody probably listening in, right? Okay, they understand digital products. Okay, I know how to create a market research. I got to do all that stuff. Yeah. So two questions. So the first question is, man, Grizzly, like I don't have a big following like you. You know what I'm saying? I don't have 30,000 followers. I might have 300. I might have 5. I might have 1,000. Like, can I still be successful in creating a, digital product? Will it work for me?
Yeah. To answer that question is, yeah, you don't need a grand following. If nobody has a grand following at first, I didn't have a grand following when I started. You know what I'm saying? But how I built my following is by putting out content, good content that my viewers wanted to see. I put out content that my wife, I'm gonna say my wife because I don't do the content like that. My wife is like a content master.
Yeah.
I learned from her. I'm gonna be honest. I learned from her. I don't take no credit for content. I be sitting there like a student, like I am, and like, yo, this is what you got to do. All right, cool. We do it like this. But I watched her, and she put out content that slapped people in the face, made people get up and think about what they was doing and how they was eating, and how they was, living their life. I wasn't trying to sell a product to them. That's the difference. People are always trying to sell you something. Don't always, I'm not saying not to sell something, but don't always try to force a sale on somebody. Give them value from you. That's the thing when it comes down to content. Give people value. Think about pieces of content that you watch. Think about things that you scroll on Instagram and you see and you like, oh, I like this content. It's not always about selling. It's about you like it because it resonates with you. It resonates with your spirit and what you got going on in your life. You know what I'm saying? So, that's the type of content we put out. So by doing that, we become emotionally entangled with our consumer, because at the end of the day, you got to know that they relate to you. Absolutely. They want to relate to you, and you got to relate to them. So we're putting the content out to show them that we're relatable to what they got going on. And that's how our following started to increase. We use other little tools as far as influencer marketing, which was not a big budget. It wasn't nothing big. It wasn't something, as we went on, that wasn't the first thing we started with.
Right.
We added that in to keep it building, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of our following was all organic, and they love what we were doing, because we knew the space that we was in. We understood our audience, and we constantly was understanding our audience, right? So, that's how you get it out there, so don't feel like, oh, I only got 300 followers, man, I ain't got no big follower. I told you that at the end of the day, we didn't make $100,000 in a day.
Right.
We built that up to be able to have that reserve of consumers watching us, or people watching us. So when we drop something on our peoples, they like, oh, we got to get this. We've been watching them. They've been giving us what we need.
Right.
And now the ball is rolling. When I go back to the young lady, my friend, Princess Dior, she has a following of maybe like 18, maybe 20,000, maybe something like that. And y'all gonna say, yeah, that's a big following. She built her following up. Before she released the product, she was working on her product, on her content. She was showing every aspect of her life, networking, being out there, the people she was around. She was building people up, and people started to see her and started to follow her, just like a person to follow you. Why do they follow you?
Right. Because
you're doing something that they want to see. All right, yeah, I like this picture. I like what she just put there. Or I'm relating to her. Click. She was doing that before she even started making money, because she was putting herself around the right people. So she knew in her mind, hey, yo, I got to get these numbers up. I got to get these numbers up. I got to get people intrigued about what I got going on. Once I get them intrigued, now I can when I get my stuff together, I got my product together, my ebook, my course, I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna release it. Boom, sales gonna start running in. You might not make 100,000, but you'll make 10.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. And just kind of recapping with that, right? So you don't necessarily need a big following, right? But you just need to make content. You got to put yourself out there. And that's been a common theme from what we talked a lot about today, right? Just kind of putting yourself out there, man.
Yeah.
Building up that intrigue. Why do people follow you? So on and so forth. And this is the last question, right? So are there any other, let's say, tips or best practices for maybe, I don't know, applications or softwares or anything that you're using, right? So that can host this digital product. You mentioned a Google Sheet before, right? Is there anything else that you may use? So let's say just for my first one, right? Like I'm tuning in, I'm listening to this. I want to do a recipe for something, right? All right, I got the knowledge. I'm gonna put it down. I did some market research. People want to know how to bake cookies, vegan cookies or something like that. And I want to post it on the site. Like how would I go about doing it? Do you have any recommendations for beginner level, like sites or something?
First thing I'm gonna tell you is everything. If you're beginning, you want to do everything for free.
Okay.
That's the greatest part of creating a digital product. You can use free services to make money, all free. Now, will that free thing, will all those free things look the best of the best? Maybe not, but that's not the point right now. The point is not to have a digital product or a product at all that looks so glamorous and things like that. We get that stuff confused because we've been trained like that. No, it need to be value. It need to be properly built out, right? It does need to have that, but it don't have to have all those great visuals and pictures and all that. It need to be crisp, and that's it. So you want to use free services, number one. And when you think about getting a digital product, think of it as a funnel. And I see you with the funnel hacker shirt on. You want to think of it literally as a funnel. It falls in and it keeps going down into this small circle at the bottom, right? It's this wide thing. So the wide thing, and we'll go through my system, right? The wide thing is the social media platform. That's the mouth of the funnel, right? Gotcha. That's free. Social media is free. Once you get them in the mouth of the funnel, they get to see your content that you made from your phone that is free. Mm-hmm. Once you get them to see your content, you get them to a point where you now get something like, and if you get something like a CRM, a ConvertKit, right? Mm-hmm. A ConvertKit is not totally free, but if you look into ConvertKit, you'll see what ConvertKit is, right? It's an email sequence platform that helps you to basically gather emails, okay. It helps you to gather emails, right? And why email is important, because you have to always focus on building a list. You have to build a list of individuals that always want to interact with you, because this is how you stay connected with it. And why is this important? Because what if your profile shuts down tomorrow? Instagram shuts profiles down, social media's cut profiles off. You don't even know why sometimes, right? So this is important for you to have a list behind you to where you can always reach out to your consumer. Why you think every time you go into a store, a clothing store, Old Navy or Target or whatever you might go into, right? A clothing store particularly, they ask you, hey, you want to put your email on file? Do you have an account with us? You know why? Because if they grab your contact, you can never get away from them unless you just change the number, get rid of your email and stuff like that. That's why when you open up your email, literally open your email, you got thousands of messages from all these different people that you've given your emails. They're in front of your face, so you'll never forget them. You'll never forget them. Now, if they block you or just want to give right, and they do that. But as a business owner, you want to stay in front of their face in avenues that you can control, right? So I use ConvertKit. ConvertKit is not free, but utilize that as a source to actually go find free services. The format. I don't have a free email service, but what I would say is if you don't even want to get an email service, just use your Gmail. Gotcha. Get you a Gmail, but you need to collect the data. You got to figure out how to collect the data. The way you collect the data is through a system like ConvertKit, a system like ClickFunnels, which is a good process. They charge as well. Or you use it through like Facebook groups. Facebook groups gotcha. Are free. Okay. Facebook groups are free. You can literally let me walk you through the funnel again. So you got the social media, boom. Let's use Facebook right now. We got Facebook is the front end. Then you got Facebook groups. You got Facebook, you post your content on Facebook, then you get traction, right? People start being intrigued. Okay, hey, I like what you posted. Okay, sign up for my Facebook group. Boom, I'm in your Facebook group, but in your Facebook group, you can ask questions. Right. You can ask certain things. So you can say, hey, give me your email to get access to this Facebook group. Boom. So now you got the email. Now you got whatever data you want from them. Boom. Now they're in your email group. So once they're in the email group, now you have the ability to sell to them. Do you have to sell through the ebook, the Facebook group? No, you can sell in on the front end and on the actual Facebook page. But we want to get them in. We want to make them feel and truly feel like they are a part of a community. Get them a part of your community, because when you get them a part of your community, when they trust you, when they believe in you, because you're doing right by them. I ain't saying just use people and do wrong by them. You got to do right by them. When you get them into the community, they respect you and they understand what you're doing. Now you have a product to back up the value that you've been giving to them. Whatever that ebook is, whatever that intellectual property is that you have, you start pushing that out to Now, before you get to the push out, right? I told you, create a Google Sheets. Use Google Sheets. Use Canva.
Yeah, absolutely.
Use those services that are free that you literally can write. Use WordPress. Write it out on WordPress. Turn it into a document. If you want to do it in a presentation form, use the presentation aspect.
Yeah.
Create the little visuals on there. Turn it into a PDF. Upload it to your Google Drive. What does the Google Drive give you? A link from Google Drive. They come back to your Google Drive. Anytime somebody purchases it, that thing gonna automatically, once they click on it, wherever you have it at, they're gonna send them right to the Google Drive. And now they got the document. And then now they can download it. Absolutely. Now they got access for life. These are free tools. And once you do that, you rinse and repeat. And what is rinse and repeat? You create more knowledge pieces. You get more information from the data that you got, and create more ebooks, create more courses, create more take that intellectual property that you continue on and rerun the play. Because once you got the process don't change. You might add to it, and you might be growing so grand that you want to say, hey, I'm going to go over here and get this service because this service works best for me. Oh, I'm going to go over here and buy ClickFunnels because ClickFunnels has XYZ analytics and this, that, and the third. These are just things that you'll learn as you go on your journey. And you might just want to spruce up your game, but that's later. Yeah. Now, if you one of the ones that got money and say, yo, I want my thing right now, but be cool. You would go get all the convert kits, get the ClickFunnels, do it full out because you got it. But a lot of people, like when we first came on, you say, yo, people ain't got it. People hurting. Right. So for the people that's hurting, that need to understand how to get there, yeah, these are the steps you follow.
Absolutely, man. And just recap, and this is interesting too, because thinking about the beginning story, right? When you talked about Orisha, right? She made a Facebook group. It was $11, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, just to kind of build from that. But just recapping really quick, man. So we talked about building out that funnel. We talked about the content piece, right? Your social media. And then from there, after, building up that interest, that intrigue, having that Facebook group, right? Some type of community, some system to where you can connect with those people, right? And then, trying to capture those emails, right? So this could be on the front end or the back end, right? You want to make sure you have those captured. And then you can utilize the Google Sheets, the Canva, the PowerPoints, just whatever, right? So that way you can, house that information so that way you can serve your audience, right? But man, I think we did a good job today, bro. So with that being said, man, we're gonna wrap this up, man. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into the Corporatepreneur Podcast. Once again, I've got Grizzy, the God here, breaking down digital products. He will be back again. We're gonna come back again and talk about business, man. I know you got a lot more left. I'm gonna let you empty the clip, man. I know you got a lot more left.
So I definitely got a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're gonna bring you back again for that, man. But I just wanted to say thank you, and I appreciate you coming on today. Make sure you follow him on Instagram at Grizzy the God. I'll make sure to put his information along with this episode and the other visuals. And also check out his digital program, right? If you're interested in the digital program and you're like, man, I want some help, I want some support, I want to be able to do this thing right, I want to start it off right, this is the guy, these are the people that you want to connect with, right? And he's giving me some gems, kind of like a sidebar, right? But I need some more. So don't be surprised if you see me tapped in with the classes and stuff as well, because I'm trying to elevate as well. I need my 50K months and days. Like, man, it's coming, right?
Yes,
so
sir.
Yeah, make sure you tap in. And anything you want to say in closing, bro?
The one I want to say, man, is that we can achieve, man. We definitely can achieve. And stop selling yourself short. Nobody, you're your worst enemy. You're your worst enemy if you constantly selling yourself short and keeping those self-sabotaging mindsets, man. We gotta get to the point where we're gonna achieve no matter what. And that's what my mindset is. And that's what put me in a position that I'm in right now. And I'm constantly building on that. And man, I love what I do. And I love that I'm growing, and I'm appreciative of being on this stage, man. And just, literally being able to take it to the next level. And last thing I want to say is that I'm a student. That's why I'm dangerous. I'm a student. I'm forever a student. I could be a world changer, but I'm forever gonna be a student. And that's what's gonna keep me dangerous in this world of business ownership.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Absolutely, man. Well, you heard it, man. Greasy the God here. It's your boy JT, the Corporatepreneur. We are signing off. Thank you for tuning in to the Corporatepreneur Podcast. And until next time, peace and love.
Peace, y'all.
All right, bro. Hey, man.